members and organizations who help to build a neighborhood, a town, a community as welcoming and as inclusive as ours is. Congressman Connolly, one thing I'll share was, he was a giant in our community, and he was a fearless leader who accomplished so much. But even beyond that, he was someone who was always so warm and personable, and he was always so generous with his time. I'll never forget when I first got my dog, Mookie. As you all might know, Congressman Connolly was a Boston guy, and so my dog Mookie is named after a former Red Sox player. And so immediately Congressman Connolly took a liking to my dog, a golden doodle. And so after that point, he had met Mookie, and every time I saw him afterwards, he'd ask me, "How's my dog doing?" And I would say, "I'm taking good care of your dog, Congressman." And last week, we were actually, my husband and I were in Shenandoah Valley, and we were at the national park. And so we took a photo of Mookie and we emailed it to Congressman Connolly, and we sent him our best wishes and told him to let us know if he needed anything. And his response was, "We love you both." And that was the last conversation I got to have with Congressman Connolly. And so his legacy and memory is something that I hope that we'll be able to honor here tonight in the way that we celebrate our community and bring folks together, because I think that Congressman Connolly would have really loved that. And so I'm going to say thanks for being here to celebrate with us. I'm really glad to be with you.
And before we get started with the celebration of all of you, I want to give a special thanks to our staff members, Kathy Shoup, Karen, my aide, Karen Harrison, my chief of staff, Juliet Morrow, who is my summer staff member and long-term intern, Gustavo, my intern, who is doing the Facebook Live here, and then Catherine Hogan and Christina Hagan. Catherine is the chief of staff for Karen Keys-Gamarra, and Christina Hagan is Irene Shinsted's chief of staff. And MDAD also is working with Delegate Keys-Gamarra. We do not do this work alone. We are a team, and it's good to have your assistance and your teamwork and partnership every single day. And so now we are a little bit ahead of schedule, which is a great thing. One of the things that we love to celebrate in the General Assembly, because there's so often that we are seeing things differently, is when we get to resolutions that commend people in our communities or memories of people who have passed away in our communities. And they are typically unanimously voted upon in the General Assembly, in the House, and in the Senate. And so today we are so pleased that you all are going to be with us. The funny thing is that some of these commendations were passed in 2020, right before the pandemic, and so they are very late in coming, but the sentiment remains. And so I appreciate that we are going to have you all in person tonight to do these. So our first person that we want to celebrate is a former member of the Herndon Town Council. He served with distinction, and we are so proud to celebrate Pradip Dhakal. If he would come up, and if you want to bring friends, you're welcome. I think the way we will do this is we will offer our greetings, allow our recipient to say it by encouraging an increase in affordable and workforce housing.
And whereas, as a member of the Herndon Advisory Committee for the Harakasaki Foundation, Pradip Dhakal facilitated the launch of an initiative to assist Herndon High School seniors through mentoring, internships, and career guidance. And
throughout his tenure on the Herndon Town Council, Pradip Dhakal has advocated for promoting safety, inclusivity, walkability, affordability, and prosperity of the community, helping to make Herndon a wonderful place to live, work, and raise a family. And with that, we would like to present you with the presentation, and we would love to let you say some words if you would like to.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I want to Thank you, everyone. And this was a complete surprise for me. I came to know about this resolution when it had already passed the General Assembly. So thank you. It was a pleasant surprise. So I want to extend my deep gratitude to Senator Jennifer Boysko, Delegate Irene Shane, Delegate Karen Kiss-Gamara, and all the members of Virginia General Assembly for your support in passing this commendation resolution. I'm truly honored and humbled by this recognition. It means a lot, and I cannot express this with just words. Thank you for the trust, belief, and honor you all have bestowed upon me. It is a reflection not just of my work, but of the strength, diversity, and resilience of this entire Nepali American community, immigrant community, and overall Herndon community that I represent and I'm part of. This commendation is not just an award, but I take this as a reminder and encouragement that there is more to work, and I'll continue serving to show up where I'm needed and to always strive to do more for the people and the community that I love. As possibly the first person of Nepali origin to receive such kind of honor from the General Assembly, which has been passed by both houses, I'm truly, truly honored and humbled by this gesture. So thank you so much. I share this recognition with my family. My wife, Sushma, who could not be here tonight because of her work commitment, my 3 wonderful children, my mom, my in-laws are here. Raise your hand. So thank you so much for always being my backbone. And the overall, my friends, community members, everybody, for your support, for your trust, and encouragement throughout the journey. Thank you again to everyone who made this possible. I'm committed to continuing this work with even greater passion and purpose. And last but not the least, we truly miss our hero tonight, our Congressman Jerry Connolly, who was a great friend, mentor, and a community leader. So we definitely want to remember all the good work that he has done and will promise to continue to carry forward the legacy that he has created by all your help. Thank you.
Term member of the Herndon Town Council and former executive director of the Arts Herndon, formerly the Council for the Arts of Herndon, Signe has demonstrated a deep and ongoing commitment to her community, that is for sure.
And whereas with the Herndon Town Council, Signe Friedrichs serves on the Grant Oversight Committee and as an alternate on the Interview Committee, and is the town's representative to the Northern Virginia Transportation Authority's Planning, Coordination, and Advisory Committee and the Fairfax County Economic Development Advisory Commission. I don't think there's anything else you can
Yeah.
And by living up to Rotary International's creed of service above self, Signe embodies the best of what makes the Commonwealth a wonderful place to live, work, and play.
And as a fellow Rotarian, I want to thank you for your service as a Rotarian as well as on the Town Council. Signe Friedrichs, thank you. In the spring of 2019, and she's somebody that I love very much. She was a very well-loved preschool teacher at Montessori Country School, and also a beautiful musician with the Choral Art Society. So this was done in January 2020. Whereas Dorothy Leah Gerber, renowned musical talent and vibrant advocate, okay, I'm just going to read the whole thing if y'all don't mind. Whereas Dorothy Leah Gerber, renowned musical talent and vibrant advocate of music literacy, died on May 16th in 2019. Dorothy Gerber was born on July 18th in 1940 in Boston, Massachusetts. After growing up in Long Branch, New Jersey, studying music at the University of Colorado, she ultimately settled with her family in Reston. Dorothy Gerber was a strong, active voice in the musical community throughout her life, both a choral artist and a music teacher. Her advocacy of music literacy for a quarter century at Montessori Country School in Herndon made her a much beloved person by her students and families. As a teacher, a Board of Trustees lifetime advisor at Montessori Country School, Dorothy Gerber filled her students with the joy of music and appreciation of music history and ensured high caliber programs and talented teachers were in place to continue the school's success. Dorothy Gerber was a member of the Choral Arts Society of Washington for over 25 years. The group's numerous performances with the National Symphony Orchestra led her to sing and record with the world-renowned conductors, including, I'm not going to say this correctly.
Mstislav Rostropovich.
Thank you, Amy. And Leonard Bernstein.
Oh, Bernstein, yes.
And whereas the Choral Arts Society of Washington, Dorothy Gerber performed all over the world, including Spoleto, Moscow's Red Square, Notre Dame in Paris, Carnegie Hall in New York City, Teatro Colón in Argentina, and Royal Albert Hall in England. Dorothy Gerber also led a magical singing group, the Morley Muse, performing throughout the Washington, D.C.'s metropolitan area for over a decade. Active in politics, Dorothy Gerber volunteered for the campaign of Senator Hillary Rodham Clinton and supported the Get Out the Vote efforts for several years. Dorothy shared her love of birding with young children. I still sing those songs, and my daughter has the clock with all the bird chirps. Dorothy shared her love of birding with young children and adults, teaching them how to identify bird calls and songs, educating them in the variety of species and natural habitats, and she devoted her time and financial support to Cornell's Lab of Ornithology. A devout Episcopalian, Dorothy's early devotion to the music and liturgy of the Episcopal Church lasted a lifetime and inspired her life's work. Dorothy was she was proud of her family's history, which included heroism of her great-grandfather who escaped slavery to fight in the Civil War. All of her life, she lived up to this legacy through her actions and her deeds. Dorothy will be fondly remembered and greatly missed by her husband, Herman, her daughters, Heidi and Amy, and their families, and numerous other family members and friends. And with that, I would just like to thank you all so much for lending me your mom.
Oh, gosh. Thank you so much. We are all so honored. Thank you, Senator Boysko, and Delegate Shin and Keith Kamara. We are just so honored, and thank you for just being tenacious with having this done. This has happened before, COVID, and I appreciate you and your staff and getting this done, because I truly believe that my mother's abilities with music and with children will live on through all of her students for the rest of their lives. And I think for me, that's one of the most important things. So I really appreciate you recognizing her for all of this. I couldn't believe all the things they put on this. That's a long list.
You can thank Marie.
Thank you, Marie. And this is my sister, if you want to say a few words. Educators. That's all. My sister and I are educators. First, our mother showed us the joy of learning, especially learning about music, which so often is left behind in budgeting and planning. But without music, we're not really alive. And our mother showed us truly how to live and soar high through music and just the shared joy of humanity, and was loving and caring to all of her students. And I know we both take it into our classrooms, and our daughters here are wonderful living examples of the outcome of this attention, not only to some of the more rigid structures of life, but the creative notion and all the good that music and the arts can produce in all of us. Thank you.
Whereas in December 2023, Michael F. Mern retired as a senior police officer with the Herndon Police Department after 16 years of service. to the Herndon community and more than 4 decades as a law enforcement officer.
And whereas Michael Mern previously served as a law enforcement officer in Fairfax County for 25 years, then joined the Herndon Police Department on August 13, 2007, and
Whereas Michael Mern engaged with community members to cultivate positive interactions with law enforcement and build strong relationships based on trust and mutual respect with members of the community.
In August of 2017, Michael Mern was selected as Herndon's first school resource officer and was assigned to both Herndon High School and Herndon Middle School. He went above and beyond his duties to ensure the safety and security of the school community and was a beneficial influence on the lives of many young people.
And whereas Michael Mern safeguarded school dances, fundraisers, parent meetings, food drives, and sporting events, he participated in summer camps to stay engaged with students throughout the year and often rode the bus, wow, at the beginning of the school year to help new students feel comfortable. And
Michael Mern facilitated traffic safety and met regularly with school counselors to identify students in need of transportation to after-school programs or places of employment. And
During the COVID pandemic, Michael Mern helped families in need to receive assistance and support, driving counselors and teachers and information technology staff to students' homes to address a wide variety of issues.
And Michael Mern also played a critical role in the establishment of Herndon's Project Hope programs, after-school clubs that help build trust between elementary school students from immigrant families and police officers. And
through Project Hope, Michael Mern fostered understanding of children through social activities, helping at-risk youth avoid destructive behaviors while giving others an opportunity to help serve as role models for their peers. And
in addition to his work at the Fairfax County Public Schools, Michael Mern provided security and threat assessment to St. Joseph's Catholic Church and participated in fundraising events at Herndon United Methodist Church and Drainsville Baptist Church.
And throughout his career, Michael Mern developed deep bonds with members of the community. And in 2020, he was honored to be recognized as the American Hero by Webelos Den 1, Pac 913 of the Boy Scouts of America.
And Michael Mern earned the respect and admiration of his colleagues for his high character, his personal integrity, his enthusiasm for work, and commitment to service.
And if Michael Mern would like to say a few words, we'd be delighted to hear
Yes.
from him.
Yes.
Thank you.
First and foremost, I wanted to thank the senator and the congresspersons for putting this forward. I never knew this kind of thing existed. I'm very appreciative to be honored here. It's really cool. It's a really cool thing. The recipients in here would agree, right? It's really a cool thing. And I want to thank all the members of the Herndon Police Department that have come up here on their own time to celebrate with me. This is totally unexpected. I had no idea that they were going to arrive in such force and show support. I started in Fairfax County in 1981. I was hired by the third chief Fairfax County ever had. I've worked for 10 chiefs, and through that time, I started in 1981, starting to visit weekly the town of Herndon. When Herndon Court used to be in a church on Crestview Drive, which is now a Montessori school, if anybody knows, goes back that far. I can say that I've been spoiled in the sense that I've worked for 10 chiefs who have allowed me, without question, to police and interact with the community, to do things, to take initiative to do things, to include transportation of family members to counties far away from here, and then bringing them back and forth. And if not for the support of the chief of police from Herndon and the previous people that I've worked for, I would never have been able to accomplish and participate and become a part of the community. I see Lisa Lombardozzi here. She's, for those that don't know, she is Herndon High School royalty.
Yeah.
And when I first started in 2002 as an SRO the first time at Herndon High School, I believe it was her tutelage, and from watching her and her, the way she dealt with the faculty and the staff and fundraising and everything else, I learned a lot from Lisa. At that point, though not young, I was a new parent. And it was watching Lisa and through Lisa's help that I was able to accomplish and really get the strength to move forward on my own and be creative in the way that I did things. So again, I would like to thank everyone up here who's allowed me and given me the privilege of serving not only the community, but I did move. Some of my kids did graduate from Herndon High School. Put that out there too. So I want to thank you all very much. Thank you, Lisa, for being here too. So, thank you.
Four.
Whereas Sheila Olam holds a bachelor's degree in education from the University of North Alabama and a master's degree in health administration from the University of Memphis, and works as an independent sales associate representing AFLAC, in addition to owning and managing commercial real estate.
A resident of Herndon since 1990, Sheila began her career in public service when she was appointed to Herndon's Board of Zoning Appeals in 2000, where she served until 2007, in addition to serving on a number of Dranesville District land use committees in the early 2000s and.
Sheila was elected to the Herndon Town Council in 2010 and served 2 terms as mayor, as well as 1 term as vice mayor.
In her capacity as a member of the Herndon Town Council, Sheila Olam served on the Northern Virginia Regional Commission, the Northern Virginia Transportation Authority, and various committees of the Virginia Municipal League.
And beyond her public service, Sheila has given generously her time to support her community through her involvement with her children's schools and various local events and organizations.
Sheila Olam's tenure with the Herndon Town Council was defined by her exceptional leadership, exemplary commitment to promoting the town's growth and development, and its partnership with Fairfax County, and unwavering dedication to the success and well-being of the town's residents and businesses. And with that, we would like to offer you the opportunity to speak. Thank you.
So I tell people when I go out around the town that I'm also an immigrant. I moved here from Tennessee via Louisiana and Mexico, and I'd also lived in Georgia. And so my son was an immigrant from Tennessee. That's where he was born. But his little brother was born right here in Herndon. So, and their dad in Massachusetts, where Signy's from. And I would like to say some words about Jerry Conley, because everyone that's known him has stories. And fortunately, in the last few years, he was in Herndon when we had the second ribbon cutting for Hawkeye 360, which is a big supporter of our community. They weren't so much, and I had gone in and they had pictures of Jerry Conley there, and I told them about things that Jerry had brought to the town of Herndon, like the Tech Arts competition that was done through the Council of the Arts and then Arts Herndon next. And guess what? Once again, they stepped up and said, oh, well, we'll take that. And they went to see Joe Amershad and funded that again. And I told them about Friday Night Live, because I just think it's a great event, brings everybody out. You don't have to spend any money if you don't have it, and you can just see all your friends and neighbors. And I told them about Friday Night Live. I'll be darned if they didn't sponsor that. So it's amazing how much support you have in the town of Herndon. And Jerry would even come out here and be a bartender for us to raise money for the arts in Herndon when he was on the Fairfax County supervisors and the chair. And we even got him out after he became our congressman. So He was really a team player with everyone, and it was really wonderful. But I moved to Herndon because it was such a diverse community, and I felt it was a place that would be like raising my kids all over the world. You took a trip every time you went to the neighbor's house, and that's one of the really awesome things about the town of Herndon. And thank you very much, and you can always see me in my yard, gardening like crazy, working with the Women's Club, and we will continue doing the Haunted Island for Halloween. We are now up to 400 kids.
Yes. High school person. She was presented with a Student Peace Award in Fairfax County this year. This is an organization that annually recognizes one junior, one senior, or one student group at each public high school who promotes peace in their community. She was recognized for her ability to resolve contentious situations and conflicts among her peers, and supported younger students by providing them informal mentoring and encouragement and fostering their success and well-being. And so if she happens to be watching online, or her family does, we are so grateful for your service to the community, for making it a better place for everyone. So we thank her. And Danielle Sheriff. Is Danielle here? Yes, there you are. So Danielle is another who has served on the town council, and we wanted to applaud her work. This was this past year, and I will get it started. Whereas Danielle M. Sheriff, an esteemed public servant, an active and engaged member of the Herndon community, concluded her term on the Herndon Town Council in 2024.
Whereas in her professional life, Danielle Sheriff provides proposal management and support for federal defense contractors through her consulting firm, and she has previously worked as manager of community outreach for an affiliate of the Public Broadcasting Service.
During her tenure on the Herndon Town Council, Danielle served on the Interjurisdictional Committee and as an alternate on the Committee for Dulles and the Northern Virginia Regional Commission.
Dedicated to making Herndon a welcoming and inclusive place for all, Danielle Sheriff has made an impact on the community through her service with Leadership Fairfax Equity Council, Opportunity Neighborhoods in Herndon, the One Fairfax Equity Roundtable, and Fairfax County's successful Children and Youth Policy Team, and through her participation in Policy Link's All Cities initiative.
Whereas with an unwavering commitment to the health, prosperity, and well-being of the community she serves, Danielle has helped to make Herndon a wonderful place to live, work, and raise a family.
And with that, we would like to ask you if you'd like to make some comments, and if there are other people you wanted to ask.
So, first of all, I want to say thank you to our delegates and our senator for being here to acknowledge us in a time when some people won't stand in front of their communities. So, thank you for being here to acknowledge good things in a place where good things are still happening, and for the work that you're doing to preserve this place where we get to live every day. I will invite people up to take a picture in a minute, but I wanted to introduce you to a word that I learned. I'm so often wanting to celebrate other people's communities and other people's cultures, but this one's from mine. It's called campanellissima, and it comes from the Italian word for bell tower. And it's a word that you use to acknowledge all the people that are in your community. It's the people who can hear the bell that rings in your community. So I want to say thank you for being the people in my neighborhood, the people that hear the bell that I ring, the people who gather to do all of this good work. These lists are so impressive, but they barely scratch the surface of what it means for us to come together and make this a vibrant community.
Did not get an in-person presentation, but we still enjoy Friday Night Live every week. Friday Night Live, the popular outdoor concert series held at the Town Green in Herndon, celebrated its 25th season in 2019, which would make it
The 30th last year.
the 30th last year, and we're currently in the 31st.
Whereas, founded by Doug Downer in 1995, Friday Night Live has become an institution in the community with thousands of people of all ages flocking to town greetings each summer to unwind with delicious food and captivating musical acts. And
Friday Night Live, a charitable organization, provides more than entertainment, raising thousands of dollars in support of the Herndon Chamber of Commerce, Herndon High School's after prom and graduation parties, local parent-teacher associations and organizations, the Holiday Lights Project, and the Veterans Memorial Fund.
In recognition of its quality programming, Friday Night Live was named the best free outdoor concert in the Washington metropolitan area by the Washington Post and Best of Nova in previous years.
And Friday Night Live, a free event for the community, is made possible with the support of its presenter, Volkswagen Group of America, Platinum sponsor, United Bank, and several other gold, silver, and bronze sponsors.
The lifeblood of Friday Night Live is the dedicated organizers and hardworking volunteers who give untold hours of their time to ensure each event's success. And
Over the past 31 years, Friday Night Live has brought thousands in the community together to become an integral part of what makes Herndon a great place to live, work, and play. And with that, Laura Poindexter, if you'd like to make some comments on behalf of Friday Night Live, we'd be delighted.
Hello, Herndon. I just want to say on behalf of the Douglas Regional Chamber of Commerce, which is our parent organization, and the organizing committee, which David Hirsch and Charlie Suit are here, they're members of my organizing committee. Friday Night Live is put on by the organizing committee. That's 13 volunteer community members that work tirelessly throughout the year to put it on, and every night we have 100 volunteers. So we could not do it without our supporters, our fans, our sponsors, of course, our volunteers, and my fellow organizers, and of course our founder, Doug Downer, who's still a member of our organizing committee.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Again, it makes it so special to be in Herndon. Would you like to take a picture?
or sorry, their 10th anniversary here in 2025.
Whereas the Herndon Village Network is a part of a growing village movement in which community-based nonprofit grassroots organizers form in various localities to help individuals age independently and in their homes.
And the Herndon Village Network coordinates volunteers who drive members to their doctor appointments, shopping trips, restaurant outings, and more, contributing greatly to their quality of life. And
the Herndon Village Network has become a vital resource for members of the Herndon community since it was established and is an important part of what makes our communities such a wonderful place to live, work, and raise a family. And so with this, Penny and the team at Herndon Village Network, we thank you all so much for your dedication and commitment to making our community a better place. Thank you.
The underlying motto is neighbors helping neighbors, one ride at a time. It's very important that we all support our elder population because, you know, we're all going to be there at some point. Some sooner than others, right? But it has been my pleasure to be part of this organization, and I hope that we continue for another 10 years. Thank you.
Of life for Northern Virginia by providing access to free, nutritious food and emergency financial assistance to people in need.
Established in 1972 by 5 local churches to provide non-perishable food to people in need, Link was incorporated as a nonprofit organization in 1978 and has continued to expand its operations over the years.
Link now comprises 15 churches of various denominations in Sterling, Herndon, Chantilly, and Ruston. The organization's primary drop-off point and food pantry is located at Herndon United Methodist Church, with Christ the Redeemer Catholic Church in Sterling providing additional inventory space and hosting a monthly mobile food pantry event with food donated by the Capital Area Food Bank.
Due to the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic, the need for Link's services more than quadrupled between 2019 and 2020. Link currently delivers about 5,000 pounds of food to approximately 100 families each week.
In 2022 alone, Link completed 3,338 food deliveries to 16,578 people, and nearly 1,609 families received 98,000 pounds of food through a monthly distribution program operated by Link and the Capital Area Food Bank.
And whereas during the holiday season in 2022, Link also provided food and grocery store gift cards to more than 6,560 people and provided toys and gifts to more than 2,900 children.
Financial assistance is provided to individuals or families referred by clergy of Link member churches or specific county agencies in the areas of Herndon, Sterling, and Ashburn. Assistance is provided to people in crisis where there is no other sufficient means of support, and as funds allow, typically for utility costs, if there is a cutoff notice or a rental housing after an eviction notice.
Link has fulfilled its mission entirely through the dedication and hard work of volunteers with no paid staff and through the generous donations from local individuals and community partners. And so with that, we'd like to
Welcome you, Lisa, if you'd like to come and say some words about your work, and we just thank you so much for your commitment.
Thank you very much for this. And Corey is here, one of our board members, and she coordinates the toy program for Link. And as an all-volunteer organization, we use hundreds and hundreds of volunteers to do the work that we do. And it's a joy to be a part of this organization and to see so many people who give up their free time to do the work for our organization. Thank you for being a wonderful community. We have enjoyed being a part of the Herndon town, and I just thank you very much for your support for 53 years now.
and Dr. Rogers to join me up here. For 50 years, the Northern Virginia Veterinary Medical Association has supported the veterinary profession for the benefit of animals, veterinarians, and pet and livestock owners across Northern Virginia and the Commonwealth.
The Northern Virginia Veterinary Medical Association was established in 1975 with a mission to cultivate the practices and integrity of the veterinary profession, to share information with the public regarding veterinary medicine and the proper care and treatment of animals, to elevate the standards of veterinary medicine in the Commonwealth, and to foster collaboration and fellowship among Virginia's veterinarians.
The Northern Virginia Veterinary Medical Association makes an impact in the community by providing information to educate new pet owners, assisting and promoting several local animal shelters, and spearheading a variety of charitable events.
And through the visionary leadership of its staff and the unwavering support of its members, the Northern Virginia Veterinary Medical Association has greatly enhanced the veterinary profession and animal welfare in the Commonwealth over the past half-century. And I know that on behalf of my colleagues who here are also supporters of animal welfare, we are very glad for your service, and we are very happy to be celebrating with you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
First of all, I'm impressed with all of you that say to the last one. You should give yourself a hand. The Northern Virginia Veterinary Association and veterinarians are the fabric of the community. We're on boards and commissions. I was honored to be vice mayor of the City of Falls Church. You will see us at every committee volunteering. We also take care of the police dogs in Herndon and Fairfax County. And one of our important functions is rabies prevention. which 50 years ago, before there was a lot of organizations, we used to get together on a Saturday and cars would drive up and we would vaccinate their dogs for rabies because there was no real organized effort back then. So as an association, we are so proud to be part of the community that supports us, and we hope to be here for our 100th year recognition.
I'd like to say just a couple of words. I am not a veterinarian, but I have been working with them for 30 years. And we've all had tough times over the past 5-7 years with COVID. One of the things that the community may not know is that there was a shortage of veterinarians before COVID. During COVID, when people were shut in their houses and apartments and condos and wherever, they adopted a lot of pets, which exacerbated the shortage of veterinarians. The restrictions that were put on how veterinarians treated their clients, both the fur babies and their owners, was really stressful. Many of you have heard the term compassion fatigue. This is something that veterinarians have struggled with over the past 10-15 years, to the point where they have the most suicides of any healthcare profession. One of the things that you should be aware of, if you do have a fur baby and you take them to the veterinarian, realize the stress that the whole clinic, not just the veterinarian, the technicians, the receptionists, and the support staff, they are the true lifeblood for the people that we bring into our family that are not born into our family. Thank you.
I represent the 38th Senate District. I live here in Herndon. My husband and I live right around the corner. We've been here. We raised our children here. This is a special place, and it's special because people like you take the time to get engaged in your community and to make it a better place. And I just am so honored to be with you all and to be able to ring the bell, as Danielle said, and to serve with you all in the General Assembly. And if you all would like to make comments as well.
Well, I want to first thank Senator Boysko for her leadership in helping bring all of us together, so thank you. The one thing that I really wanted to share with you all was something that was a little bit of exciting news that came out of the General Assembly session this year. These are tough times, and particularly partisan times, so it's really exciting when we can do things sort of in a bipartisan way. These commending resolutions were done in a bipartisan, unanimous way. And something that I'm really proud to share with you all that we were able to get passed in this year's budget was additional funding for the Fairfax County Public Defender's Office. I don't know if you all will know that the town of Herndon residents who were indigent in years past would not have had access to the Public Defender's Office. They would have been given court-appointed counsel instead. And so we were able to include a couple $100,000 for 3 new public defenders in the Public Defender's Office to make sure that town of Herndon residents also have the same access to justice through good public defense services. And so I think with that, we're going to make sure that everybody has access to equal justice here in the town of Herndon. And I'm really proud that we were able to get that accomplished with our colleagues. And so I wanted to give that one good report. Right now, it's not always good times, but that is a good thing that we are doing.
It is wonderful to focus on the good things that we can do. I know that there are so many things to worry about right now, but I am truly honored to serve with these ladies and such dedicated public servants in the General Assembly. I too will share just a bit of good news. I thought of it while you were speaking. And that is, this is the first year that we've been able to pass a package of legislation to help improve maternity outcomes. So the work continues. We call it the Momnibus. And we will continue to fight irrespective of what is happening everywhere else. Please know, I know these ladies and our hearts are to serve our communities and to make life better every day. So thank you so much.
Out to our offices, and we will do this for your people as well. This is an important part of what we do. We also work with citizens in the community to help to create legislation and to get bills passed. I've worked with Rosemary on child care improvements for our child care providers. I've worked with a number of you all on pieces of legislation, New Virginia Majority, my friends, and getting the driver's license bill through several years ago. Like, we are a team with our community members, and we are your advocates. So do not hesitate to reach out to any of us. Our staffs are here in the room. We can leave contact information. Sign up for our newsletters. Be in contact with us. We are here for you. And while many of us feel like this environment in politics is excruciating, I'm just going to say, here at home, we're all taking care of one another and we're watching out for one another, and that's not going to change. And so thank you for being a part of that. Thank you so much.